put like this. The person she performed for is Amant Ambani. Google this guy, and supposedly he's one of the richest motherfuckers on earth. Net worth. His net worth is supposedly $120 billion. Okay? Now, he got married. Wedding cost. And she didn't perform at the actual wedding. His wedding cost $600 million. So you get what I'm saying? So Rihanna's like, fuck Coachella, fuck this. What? Whose wedding? I'm gonna be there. Why? Who knows how much she got paid? You know what I mean? Let me see. Rihanna performance fee. Oh, they said it's speculated that she got between $5 and $9 million. Business Insider hated. But it says speculated she got between 5 and 9. Nigga, she probably got like 10 nigga with a private jet and 10 cars. Fuck out of here. Justin Bieber, who barely performed these days, nigga, he popped up to somebody else's shit. Says Justin Bieber is charging more to perform. He performed that same shit too. Nigga, that nigga had Coachella at his crib. You feel what I'm saying? That nigga paid, I heard it was 10 each. I heard Justin Bieber 10, Rihanna 10. You know, that nigga just wanted them at his wedding. You know what I mean? He was, he was getting married to a baddie, and who gives a fuck about $20 million when you got to get the pre-party lit for your group of people, right? So, it is what it is. So again, Rihanna don't give a fuck, bro. Too rich. Too goddamn rich. Okay? All right. K-Bots, you guys could exit. We're done talking about your savior. Let's get to the other shit. What else is popping in the sphere? Have y'all seen this? We're not going to do a hard pivot to the Diddy stuff, but shout out to my guy Dame Dash and his network. It's called America New. Now, he Dame Dash is somebody who, for whatever reason, I still look at him a little bit more than, when he speaks about Jay or Diddy, like, he was one of the executives / moguls back then. Like, you got to remember there was a time that Jay and Dame, this was them.
On my birthday, I better get all this too. But anyway, Jay's my best friend. I'm not ashamed to say it. And we all know this, we close, and that's one of the reasons why we so tight as a family, and why everyone in this room that's with us is going to get money and get rich, because we believe in sharing. And also want to give a happy birthday to my son Boogie. He's my best friend too. So I say, first let's make a toast to Jay-Z and Boogie and life and friendship, and then a toast to Rockefeller.
Okay, so that was back then when they were all cool. Now it's not the same. Anyway, Dame Dash was speaking about Diddy and talking about, he had an interesting point. He said, isn't it ironic that the guy that so many people, even the bodyguards, like, for example, Gene Deal, is like, oh, yo, he used to drug the liquor that he had the women drink. He was like, isn't it ironic that years later he starts a liquor brand? How do we know these liquor brands weren't also drugged as well? Which that threw me for a loop.
If he doesn't, it just, R. Kelly and Puff and the Weinstein and Epstein. I know that my personal experience with the Weinstein, that I walked away, and I did pay in full with them, and because it ain't like I have to see somebody doing something so extreme and dark that that's what I wait. And he was saying that he didn't want to be a part anymore.
Hold on.
But and I don't know what I don't even.
He allegedly
and be wrong.
Hold on.
And I'm gonna be like, yo, this shit is gonna blow my mind. And some people knew, but I guess the general public did not. So does that mean that everybody that went to his party and that celebrated him, if that's true, does that mean they were celebrating evil? Is that a form of, like, unconscious devil worship? And what was really disturbing to me about that was that they said that
Right here, I think.
the pattern was they put stuff in people's drinks.
Yeah.
And then they would pass out and wake up sore.
Yo, I don't know why how. Well, I don't know if he was ever friends with Diddy like that, but it's kind of odd when I see like Dame or like Gene Deal, like they act like they shocked just like us. We never heard about these creepy ass niggas, so we're hearing about it for the first time. But the niggas, like for example, when Dame says, "I hope Jay wasn't into some shit like that," I'm like, bro, I just played a video of you saying Jay was your best friend. If I had a friend that was like a super creep, that was like a serial drugger of women, I feel like I would know, right? Like I would hear like maybe women say it over time, like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I hung out with your friend and I got drugged. I'm like, what? Yo, I don't remember nothing. What? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I listen to Dame, when I listen to Gene Deal, well, Gene Deal, it's interesting with Gene Deal because like it's almost like, I don't know. But with Dame seems like he's surprised with us. Like he's never heard no rumors. Like he's like, what? Puff? I never heard her. Like, and I'm like, is it possible that you could really be around during that time and never heard nothing? I don't know.
And number one, I'm like, wow, how many times have I been in an environment where someone tried to pass me a drink and I didn't take it? And now I'm like, who was trying to line me up? And I think, pause, that it's justified and warranted to reflect because I was around these people and I didn't know they played those games. And
why is everybody saying accuracy with Lil Boom? So, all right, again, and I don't want to, slander him or just whatever, but the whole Boom thing, I think it would be applicable for you to say Acu didn't see it with him if there were current or up-to-date things of him doing what was captured on video in that Walmart or whatever store it was. That stuff was like a few years old, and I don't know, maybe he was doing it a bunch. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'd probably have to look in the mirror myself. I'm like, wait, was I hanging with this guy? Like for example, like I've been around him in certain situations, like I've went to Miami and he's staying in the hotel room right next to me with his girl. And yeah, if he was like, yo, Ak, I'm going to the store, I'm about to go pick up some boxers, and he was just in a tilapia aisle just like touching kids and I never knew, I'd be like, damn, how did I not know that? Like, how the fuck? You get what I'm saying? So, I'm not trying to say, oh, no, I know for a fact it was some shit of the past, but none of that was occurring, I hope. I can't swear for nobody no more. None of that was hopefully occurring while I was around him, because I would look at myself to be like, how did I not see the signs? Like, you get what I'm saying? I guess that's the point. I'm not blaming Dame at all. I guess I'm just saying, like, bro, if you feel you know somebody or you've been around them, you start to see some signs of maybe some weird shit if they're doing it currently.
It's another level of gangster. So again, I ain't got no problem with people being gay, but if you're pretending you're gay and you're a gangster, that's gay gangster. And you could get robbed of your money, but you also could get robbed of your manhood, and that's a whole nother level of disrespect. And, I'm thinking, I'm like, so I'm remembering when I was on Drink Champs, and then again, I have to think this, so Nori, don't think I'm beefing with you, but I just have to reflect. And I was on Drink Champs, and Nori was so adamant about me drinking Ciroc.
No, I can't do that no more.
That was yours, man.
It's over, because...
No.
Not the interview. Come on, Dame.
How about this? We'll finish it with a shot of some...
Can you show Elliot Wilson for me? Well, let's take a shot of vodka.
If we done?
Let's take a shot of vodka, Dame.
Are we done, though?
Vodka for us. Well, I mean, I know
We're
it's
not done.
needed, but-
I'll do another one. You want to do another
You
one?
gotta do a shot of vodka. Come on,
At
please.
the end, we're not done.
I fucked with you the whole night. You
Finish
haven't
it.
won.
I said when we finish, we're not done.
Yo, Tito, help me. Come on. He's clear.
Yo, chat, you know what I realized, bro? And this is why I believe that Diddy is going to have to die for the sins of hip hop. When I mean die, I don't mean literally die, but figuratively go down. Pause, no Diddy. For the sins of hip hop. Because I do think when a Me Too movement wave starts, some things that are seemingly innocuous and just seem to be natural, people start looking at weird. For example, now we hear about drugging people. There's a podcast called Drink Champs. Now, and by the way, I'm not in no way, shape, or form trying to even fix my mouth to make it seem like they're on some weird shit. But now people start looking at those clips a little bit different. Why'd you want this guy to drink that much? Why'd you want this girl to blah, 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 blah? And that's kind of what happens until that wave of, people with pitchforks end. So do I personally think that, anything ever was funny with Drink Champs? Fuck no. Hell nah. That's a great idea for a great show. But when you're in the witch hunt era and the witch hunt situation, do people try to make some shit? Yes. So you see how people even get scared away from doing certain stuff. Right?
With you. I'm in with you. Can you pour me a shot too, Dan?
But why you gotta put the ice in the shot?
Because you gotta be sophisticated.
All right, you're gonna have ice cubes. I don't know how you're gonna have to do a shot with ice cubes.
Yes, you gotta do a fucking shot with ice cubes.
Big shout out to
This
Puff,
is good
man.
shit. Oh, no, that's good. That's good. I'm sorry. All right, and you gonna take a shot? You gonna take a shot, Ciroc?
Go ahead, pour it.
Oh, you want me to pour you? He's a gangster. When a nigga tell you he want him to pour you a shot, that's some gangster.
I just poured yours, right?
All right, well, we even. Look. You gonna take mine
I'll
on?
put like this. This was just looked at, and I think I watched this episode. It was just looked at as like some fun shit. With Dame bringing it up in this context, you're like,
Oh, look at that. I'm in. Let's do it. Eye to eye. I told you.
What do you mean? Why do you think it's not?
I don't know why I keep doing this show. It's not proper. I don't know. I went to Runyon Canyon today, and I was like, why did I do this? Like, what
why is he looking at the shot like that?
did I accomplish?
Can I take the ice cubes out?
That's not gangster.
I never took a shot with ice cubes.
But you in my world now. That's
All right.
not gangster. You got to do the whole thing.
Because what's crazy to me is if his hustle is putting stuff in people's drink, he made a liquor. I mean, that's the illest shit in the world. That everybody was partying.
Yo, chat. I keep telling y'all, whether we talking about 120 people getting at Diddy or these new civil suits or people saying there's a tape of him fucking some young male, celebrity. Bro, here's the reality of like everything with that, man. Diddy has made it to a point where we can't defend him. So no matter what we hear, and that's what I've said, no matter what we hear, we gotta be like, you never know. And you can't even get someone to say, nah, I ain't believing that. Show me the proof. Like we're past that point with Diddy. We're at the point of saying, you never know. And this is why, like, what Dame is saying now, like, I think if we heard this in a vacuum, be like, yo, bro, get the fuck. So you say they're putting GHB, apparently that's the date, R-word drug. They're putting GHB in a nationally distributed liquor? What? But then, once they bring Diddy's name in, you're like, I don't know about this shit.
He made a liquor. I mean, that's the illest shit in the world. That everybody was partying and you don't know what was in that drink. And if he was, pause, undercover gay, because I didn't know it.
Wait, how do you not know that? But you heard the rumors, right?
And obviously, if he was knocking men out and they were waking up violated, he's making somebody gay that doesn't want to be gay. So I'm like, what was in them drinks? And then I'm starting to think like, damn, when did hip hop start to lose its masculinity? When did dudes, and again, no disrespect to nobody, but like tough niggas started wearing dresses and pocketbooks, like
Pause.
maybe that could be the reason. And I'm just thinking it through. Like maybe that could be the reason why hip hop took a turn for the feminine. Because that shit, if homie was really putting shit in people's drinks and he's making the liquor. And again, I don't know, and I'm not even saying it to be funny, but they saying, homie was putting shit in motherfuckers' baby oil. So how could you trust that person to serve you drinks at such a big scale? So I'm remembering Nori so adamant about me taking a shot of Ciroc, and I'm like, nah. And I brought my own, and now y'all can understand why I always want to make my own. So I brought my own liquor.
See, that's also like this. I don't know if it's dirty macking or again, Diddy has put us in a position, no Diddy, where we cannot ever say, man, come on, that don't make no sense. Cause there's so much smoke, we assume is fire. We've seen enough to know that he's a little bit scummy. And you can't rule nothing out to be like, bro, I'm not believing it. You gotta be like,
You know what I'm saying? I was taking shots of my own.
Here's with that. I think Dame, I can't tell if Dame is just like speaking because that's what he truly thinks, or this is a way to promote his own shit too. Like we all know that Dame has, Dame is an independent guy. He likes to promote his own stuff. This looks like a way to promote, like Dame could just kind of throw Ciroc under the bus, at least how Diddy was promoting their brand, which is Diageo's brand, and he could just kind of promote his own shit. I don't know.
And then what happened, I made him take shots of Ciroc, and then he ended up getting too drunk, talking about take your shirt off and all this type shit. It's on tape. So it ain't, like, you just naturally start to think of things. And then I was thinking, there was this one time that when my daughter was 16, Jay had a show, and my daughter wanted to go. So I'm like, yo, I'm not going to deprive my daughter. So, I hollered at Jay, sent a kite, and told him I wanted to go to his show with my daughter, and they accommodated me to the fullest. People were really surprised to see me there, took pictures with everybody. And again, Emery's my brother, so I would hate to think that he was fucking around like that, pause. But he kept passing me somebody. That was the first time I had tasted that Douce, and I got ridiculously drunk to the...
Yo, Dame doing the Ruby Rose right now. Travis, I might have been let's not talk about that. Yeah, like, yo, Dame like kind of lightweight saying, that nigga might have drugged me with the Douce. Now that's going at Jay.
Like that, pause. But he kept passing me somebody. That was the first time I had tasted that Douce, and I got ridiculously drunk to the extent, and my daughter and I were talking about this the other day, that I was like, yo, I don't get this drunk. Why am I so drunk? And I ended up, pause, wrestling with Kevin Hart. Poor nigga got me in a chicken wing. And I remember Vaughn taping that shit. And I'm like, yo, why you taping, Vaughn? So I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, because homie makes drinks too. And again, just if this is true, these are the things that I'm like just reflecting on. And if I wouldn't have played everything completely by the book, complete honor, then I could have been compromised. And what would have happened if I ever woke up feeling some kind of way? Compromised. What would I have done? And then I start thinking, I'm like, yo, homie's really a gangster, because that whole time, like after the first Cassie case came out, and he was just out smoking a joint, dancing, like literally to the day he went to jail, he was out in the park. Like, you would have never thought a person had all those problems. Like, I couldn't have handled that. So what it led me to believe is like, yo, things could be going a whole nother way over there, and you'd never know.
All right. You guys could go watch that. That's kind of interesting. Do I think that Diddy was putting drugs in a Ciroc? Absolutely not. I think that sounds asinine. Okay, Ciroc was, synthesized, distilled, and distributed through Diageo. They're not gonna let Diddy come in with his little creep bag and or whatever. I don't know what the fuck. Just pour something in, or come in with a little, I don't know, like vase of fucking God knows what to pour in the supply of Ciroc. Like, no. Like, that sounds crazy. Or even a DeLeon. So I don't believe that at all. But again, even though I feel that way just on a logical perspective, Diddy has put us all in a position, no Diddy, where we cannot vouch for that nigga at all. So if they, like right now, if an alien came out of the sky and said that Diddy had them in a freak off, I'd be like, oh, I could see it. I could see it. Maybe you want to see how the alien tentacle dick works. I don't know, maybe. Like, I don't know. Like, right now, you can't give Diddy the benefit of the doubt. So, it is what it is. But I would think that a company, and by the way, I wouldn't be shocked if Diageo doesn't send a cease and desist over this. Yo, we own Ciroc now, Playboy. Don't try to get the people to believe that this is the liquor that contains a element or a hint or a mixture of the date R word drugs. So we'll see. We will see, people. All right. Give me 1 second. All right. Here we go. I did want to did y'all see this, bro? Crazy shit. So shout out to Young Miami. I have no problems with her. I feel a bit of pity for her. However, we do have to acknowledge that, she was having her way out here talking about go poppy. She was telling other women, if I wanted, Diddy could have you on your knees. You're an eater. Like, she was speaking,
Literally,
she was in denial. She was a side chick. And essentially what happened recently is a fan, Young Miami, baby oil. A fan pulled up on Young Miami and asked her if she could sign the bottle of baby oil that they had.
Miami, would you sign this?
No. Oh, bro, you playing.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Please.
Go ahead, bro.
I love you.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. That's crazy.
No.
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Miami, would you sign this?
No. Oh, bro, you playing.
Go ahead.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This fan is trolling. I think Young Miami did the right thing. But I'm going to be honest with you. I really think Young Miami is in a very interesting place. I believe Young Miami, and this is only my thoughts. I do not have any sources. If I did, I would tell y'all. I believe Young Miami has been subpoenaed to a grand jury. I think she's been subpoenaed, or at least requested a interview by HSI. I think they want to know. And I do think that there is and by the way, again, let me not even mention this dude's name because this gay dude really wants to like go back and forth. And I've just learned my lesson. Like, I look stupid arguing with a fucking gay dude. Like I mean, sometimes you look stupid arguing with a woman too, but a gay dude is like, nigga, I'd rather argue with my dog, with all due respect, and that's no type of homophobia. It's just, come on, like. Anyway, the point is this. When it comes to Young Miami really is in a world of confusion, but also probably self-inflicted drama. Okay? Young Miami could be argued that she, like, I don't think Young Miami, of anybody, right? Of anybody when it comes to Diddy, Young Miami seems to be the person who can't play victim. We've seen them on interviews talking. We've seen her demeanor towards him. We've seen how she talks about their relationship. It doesn't appear that she, and I'm not, obviously we know that he's done this, but it don't appear that she was one of the women that he put hands on. It also didn't appear that that was one of the relationships that it felt like Diddy was coercing. Now, granted, keep in mind, the reason why it started with sex trafficking is because, no, he did not kidnap anyone, but if you are transporting people for the purpose of a commercial sex act, with them either being kidnapped or them being in fear or them feeling like you control their finances, so they have to do these things. So by threat or coercion, that's still sex trafficking. I think none of these things Young Miami fit for. Now, I'll tell you why it's important. Because if we're to believe some of the people who, and some of the bright and brilliant people who spoke about this whole case, for example, Bradford Cohen, he believed that that tape of Cassie getting her ass beat by Diddy came out for a reason. What would that reason be? That reason would be to further let the public know that whatever you have heard about Cassie and Diddy, she wasn't a willing participant. And also, if your question was, well, why didn't she just leave? It clearly showed what happened if she attempted to leave. So it's a brilliant thing on behalf of Cassie to let everybody know that they weren't a part of some of the nefarious things Diddy's accused of. That's the case with her. If we go to Gina Hill, she did a whole interview breaking down how he allegedly forced her to get rid of babies. He was constantly not loyal to her. It, again, goes into show that she appears that she could be a victim. Now, will she eventually cross over and just officially become a victim and sue him? We don't know if that's happened yet, because there's a couple Jane Does, and we don't know if she will. What we can reasonably say is that Young Miami, and by the way, we get to hear from the feds, the freak-offs are being taken place up until this year. They said it stopped in July of this year. So if this woman was through the 2019s, 2020s, what we have to say, well, that's Gina, but we know Young Miami was like after 2021, just about. What we have to say, or we should conclude about Young Miami, is that if she's ever culpable in this, it's not because she's a victim. It would be because she's somebody who's a culprit. She's the one who told another woman, she told the other woman, if I wanted you to eat my pussy, Diddy would have had you on your knees, ho. You a eater. That don't sound like a victim. That sounds like someone who was basking in the idea that you had some power power that you've gotten illicitly through committing a crime. So going back, when I see a video about Young Miami, somebody rolling up and asking her to sign baby oil, do I feel bad for Young Miami? No. The same thing that make you laugh sometimes makes you cry. Young Miami was running around gallivanting, acting like she was above all these other women because everybody was talking to scammers and, low-level rappers while she was fucking on a billionaire who allegedly was going to buy her a house, Maybachs, and so forth. Now, I'm not telling her to stand with every fuckery that Diddy did. And also, she's trying to act like she never knew about none of this stuff, despite the tweet saying I could have Diddy force you to do some shit. But I do think she has to deal with some of this bullshit. Yeah, you're not going to just move on to another guy. And we're going to forget that you were with Diddy. Doesn't make any sense. So, her having to sign a bottle of baby oil, shit. The only thing I would say to the nigga who pulled up with that, boy, you should have showed up with a urinal. That's her thing. I don't know if it's the baby oil her thing. Her thing is a urinal. Okay? Maybe show up with a puppy pad or something. Maybe show up with a bidet. Maybe she would sign that. But again, I wish all the best for her, but what Young Miami has to realize is that you ran around for years talking shit and enjoying the fruits of that man's labor. Having sex with a new guy or claiming another guy as your boyfriend doesn't erase the fact that people are saying that you pressured them into abortion. You were present during a lot of these things. Who know if you're complicit? And because of that, you have to take accountability. So I don't feel bad for her with this baby oil thing. She has an opportunity. I know she broke up with Diddy, but stay your ass inside. When Diddy went outside, he realized people control him. So you got to pick one. Get what I'm saying?
Would you sign this?
Bro, you playing.
Go ahead.
Please.
Go ahead, bro.
I love you.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. That's crazy.
No.
Go ahead, bro. Amy, would you sign this?
Yeah. Now, is that a real? Sometimes they'll have these edited videos.
Would you sign this? No. Amy, would you sign this?
Hold on. Let me just search this channel. Never know what you gonna see. Is this a YouTube channel? What is this?
Amy, would you sign this?
No. Bro, you playing.
Go ahead.
Please.
Go ahead, bro.
I love you.
Go ahead, bro. That's crazy.
No.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I don't know if that's a page. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping it's not voiceover, but whatever. Okay, Young Miami, I feel bad for you, and but I can't though. I hope you were just talking shit and you're not caught up in any of this mess. But again, the same shit that makes you laugh sometimes makes you cry, right? Okay. Yo, I got to draw y'all's attention to this, man. Yo, chat, what is going on with the whole transformation for all these women? We got, and this is a friend of mine, Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner went from bragging about the body count, talking about she fucked all your favorite rappers. She wrote a goddamn book on it. By the way, I like Brittany Renner. I think she's well spoken. I think she could be an amazing podcaster. I would consider her as a friend. However, I got to speak objectively about her actions. She used to embrace the whole activity, the whole life, all of this feminist speak shit. And what happens is that over the years, once you hit 30, and I do think she's about 30, she has a child with a basketball player. I believe his name is PJ Washington, right? Isn't it PJ Washington? Unless I'm tripping. Um, she had a baby with him. He left. He went on and got with another girl that he supposedly is having a child with, and he's trying to make her an honest woman. After a certain while, women like Brittany Renner start to get it. There is a cost. There's a cost benefit ratio to this whole behavior lifestyle that is being promoted by the City Girls, Sexy Red, and a bunch of others. When you promote and you purport yourself to be a whore, and even though you might be a really attractive woman, usually the men that you want, and yes, like she could get a guy to wife her up in a heartbeat, but not the guy she wants. Because if you watch an interview I did with Brittany Renner requires a certain type of guy. You need to be a guy who's making $1 million a year or so. She wants a success.
Now, Diddy and Dame Dash. It's hard to even speak about this. Everyone knows about Diddy, bro. Like Diddy, he allegedly was taking, you feel me, doing what he does, diddling, and some more stuff. Dame Dash, I don't think he was on any weird stuff because a bunch of allegations probably would have came out against him. But you know, I think he definitely knows people who were like everyone in the music business were like freaks. I feel like my honest thoughts on the whole thing is when you have too much money as a man and you ran through all the most beautiful women in the world, something happens to you. Like you get bored of like regular women or like doing regular stuff with women. Like it's not a turn on for you anymore. So like different things happen. Like you might start being like Diddy, where you might want other men. I don't know if y'all heard about the egg test. You might have been doing the egg test and all sort of stuff. But man, it's a crazy world we live in, bro. It's your boy Big Actions. Make sure you like, come subscribe, and I'm out.